of November 26, 2012 to order at 7 p.m. Everyone please rise for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, call roll, please.
Sturrock.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Coleman.
Here.
Bullock.
Here.
Ballard.
Here.
Cooper.
Here.
Audie.
Here.
Okay, everyone has the agenda in front of them tonight. I want to make one addition under 3, new business, letter G. It's going to be Trailhead Improvements letter. Are there any other additions, deletions, or is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, I'll move to approve the agenda as amended.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion?
You know what, before we vote, I'd like to remove out of old business, the downtown sidewalks, because we've got that, or do you want to keep that, Lyle? You want to keep it? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Any citizen comment on non-agenda items? Any citizen comment? Hearing none, we don't have any presentations tonight. Under administrative reports, we have the F&B report.
Madam President, Chuck had some thing that came up that he had to take care of, so he tried to drop the report off on Friday. We weren't open, so unfortunately you guys did not get the report till today. I'll quickly go through it. Flows looked good, as you can see. This month, last month, went up 0.001, so we're still right on track. There's nothing extreme there. I did want to make a note on the wastewater maintenance description, page 2. The bar screen has been out for a while. Local business tried to continue to have business done locally. Was able to fix it, and now that system is working fine. That's where they pull all the solids out of the sewer. It's working really good. I went and looked at it the other day. I know it's not a big deal to some of you, but it's been out of service for a while. Second note that's on here is the phone system was taken down during construction of the facility in front of the sewer plant on October 12th. It was also done again last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, I think, no, 2 Mondays ago. Within the last week it was done again. Somehow we got to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't know if the issues with Miss Dig, it wasn't underground, it's above ground. I think cement trucks hit it, but twice they had to handle that with no phone. So that means if they're not in, they have to wait until the phone company comes and replaces the line. So it could mean overtime. I don't know, November bill's not in yet, but we just need to be careful with that on future construction projects.
Trustee Starrett, that can be charged back to that.
Can it? Yeah. I'll see what F&V comes back with on that. I did tell them to keep track of their time. Because actually, in that particular case, the operator was not in that day. It was a vacation day for both of them, and he did have to come in because there was an alarm call out, no phone service. We'll see if they bill us.
Okay.
The normal outages, there was a problem with SBR number 3, which I think they have figured out due to the logic in the software. That's about all I have for the F&B report. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email or leave a note in my box, and I'll be happy to check into it for you guys.
Perfect. Anyone else have any other questions? Hearing none, everyone has their treasurer's report, planning commission meeting minutes, building department report. Are there any liaison reports at this time? Yes.
Madam President, one more time. I wanted to pass this. I sent this email to Blair with F&B operations. This goes back to the sewer plant. And I also sent a copy to Gary Timmer of United Water. This goes back a couple years, and several of you guys here, we worked on this related to the water billing at the sewer plant. I know it's an intergovernmental charge, but I wanted to give them praise, and unfortunately they're not here tonight. But United Water and F&V operations have really done a good job on reducing that water bill. They recommended to us in November of 2009, we put in some new pumps, 3 of them. in November 2009 and June 2010. We put in a total of 3 new pumps in the basement at a total of about $67,000. And it did decrease our water bill substantially. In May of 2002, which is this past year, they also recommended putting in a new air-cooled air compressor.
What year are you in?
Yeah, 2012.
May
I think.
2012, I'm sorry.
Okay.
10 years off. May 2012, they made a recommendation to put in a new air-cooled air compressor retrofit at about $3,300. So the village has spent about $71,000 on these 4 items. Our latest water bill came in and we're at the minimum bill, $150 for both systems, or both meters. So we're looking at saving probably about, in the sewer fund budget, now that impacts the water fund budget, but the sewer fund budget now is saving about $17,500 from what it was back in '09. So that's a substantial savings. It's being green.
For one billing, or is that?
An annual.
Annual,
Annually
okay,
$17,500 roughly. Again, it could have been more or less, just depended on the usage. And that doesn't include, we were told that there'd be about 25% savings by using those flight pumps, which I don't have that breakdown because at that time we were not in charge of the electric bill. So there could even be a greater savings than that. So I just wanted to, thank them. If you guys happen to see them, that we'll be able to save some money. Again, that's water bill going down. So on Steve's end, Trustee Clark's end, you'll have a little bit less revenue. But
Still less water usage.
yeah, and in theory, it's about a 5-year payback, which is about what we had said in the get-go, 4 or 5 years. So it did work out.
Great, good job. Good job.
Good job to them.
Yes. Perfect. Any other liaison reports?
Madam President, I received, November the 6th, confirmation for our Prospect Street Bridge. The application estimate has been approved at $294,000. The federal and state governments will be the 95% of eligible costs. It should cost the village of Armada approximately 5% of that for those bridges. So that's what
And Lyle, that
That's
is
great.
the 2. I mean,
The
the
two, yes.
drain.
Right,
And
Yes.
okay, good.
that's great. Good job. That's good news. All right, any other liaison reports? Okay, hearing none, we're moving on to the consent agenda. On there is the approval of the regular council meeting minutes of November 12th, 2012, and payment of bills. Are there any additions, deletions, or is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, I'll move the consent agenda to be approved as presented.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Wolock. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item is old business. It's the CDBG downtown sidewalks in the DDA district. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. Mr. Ballard, I believe this is your agenda item.
Yes, Phillips Webster has received and reviewed our pay application, which is on our new business tonight. Contractor has completed the work and based upon the observation inspection reports, and they have recommended the payment. So we're all set.
Okay.
Lyle,
Yes.
and I didn't look today, but the equipment and the chunks of cement, there was some down by you.
Oh, my goodness, that's fine.
Is that's gone? So that's all taken care of?
Done.
And what's the plan for the, where the sidewalk was lowered? What's their plan on that?
They've taken care of that already.
That, over there by the pizza, Hawaiian Pizza?
Oh, yeah. No, they haven't done.
Oh, the sinking
Yeah.
sidewalks?
Yeah, when are we
I don't
gonna
know
do
that we
that?
have a plan yet.
We
I
haven't
mean,
got a plan yet. We were gonna have the
Right.
jacked up.
Right.
Guy said he couldn't do it, so we may have to wait until the next go around for that to be torn out and
And totally
replanted.
replaced.
We can look at it at budget time. Any other questions? Okay. Under new business, we have the special event approval of the Armada Lions Club Goodfellow Paper Four Corner Fundraiser. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, village clerk, this is your agenda.
Okay, this should be familiar to you because we had it on the last agenda. The problem was we were waiting for a insurance certificate to come over, which it did before the last meeting. Unfortunately, the date that I thought they were having it on is not the date that they were having it on. So I'm just asking council, I've already ran this by the chief. Their dates originally were in December, but they decided that was too close to the holidays and Christmas and everything else, I believe. Well, it's not much warmer this weekend, but it's this weekend, starting, it's the 29th, 30th, and December 1st. So I'm just asking for council to approve it so they can do their Four Corner fundraiser with the Good Brother Papers.
Madam President, I'll resolve to approve the application of the Armada Lions Club for a special event permit on November 29, 30, and December 1, 2012 for a Four Corner fundraiser.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Wallach. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item is the Presidential Commission appointments. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. This is my agenda item. The first commission that is up is the Park Commissioner. Mr. Audie has been doing that over the last year. I think he's been doing a wonderful job. So at this point in time, I would like to reappoint Mr. Audie as Park Commissioner.
Madam President, I'll resolve to appoint Trustee Audie as Park Commissioner for the Village of Armada.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Conan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next one is the Police Commissioner. Mr. Wallach has been doing that for the last year. I think he's been doing another wonderful job, coming in under budget. So I would like to reappoint Mr. Wallach to the Commission of Police.
Madam President, I resolve to appoint Trustee Wallach as Police Commissioner for the Village of Armada.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Sturrett, support by Mr. Audie. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Can I ask Jeff a question before?
Sure.
Should they be saying trustee or should we be giving it by name or does not it matter?
It doesn't really
Doesn't matter,
no.
so, all right. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Sturrett, second by Mr. Audie. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next one is the Sewer Commissioner. Mr. Sturrett's been doing this for the last 3 years. 2 years. 4 years.
4 years.
Oh, time goes by fast. He has the S2 grant coming up, so I think it'd be best to keep him in there, and he's been doing a great job in there as well. So I would like to have a motion for Mr. Sturrett as Sewer Commissioner.
I resolve to appoint Mike Starrett as Sewer Commissioner for the Village of Armada.
Motion by Mr. Conan. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next one is Pro Tem. Mr. Conan's been doing that for the last year. He's been a good stand-up guy in it and had my back. So I would like to reappoint Mr. Conan as President Pro Tem.
I resolve to appoint Trustee Colin as Mayor Pro Tem for the Village of Armada.
Motion by Mr. Wallach. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Was it you, Clark? Yes? Okay, sorry. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. The last one is the Water Commissioner. Mr. Clark, you've been doing that one for how many years?
Off and on.
For a long time.
Been a while.
He's been doing a great job dealing with the residents and all their water problems. He's been spot on. So I'd like to reappoint Mr. Clark as Water Commissioner.
I resolve to appoint Steve Clark as Water Commissioner for the Village of Armada.
Motion by Mr. Conan. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item is designation of street administrator. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. Village Clerk, this is your agenda item.
Well, it's really, yeah, I mean, we have to have one. so, usually the, street, we don't have a street commissioner, we have a street administrator, so, there's only one guy left, so I guess. Process of elimination.
He's been doing a great job too.
I was gonna
I
add
think I caught the end of
that,
that stick.
I resolve to adopt the resolution designating Lyle Ballard as the single street administrator for the village of Armada in all transactions with the State Transportation Department as provided in Section 13 of Public Acts 51 of 1951, MCL 247.663.
Motion by Mr. Conan, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Wolock. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried.
Lyle, I will have something for you to sign.
All right.
Next agenda item is the Planning Commission Liaison Appointment. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Okay, hearing none. This is my agenda item. Mr. Sturrett, actually I'm gonna hand you the floor.
Well, it was great doing it for the last year, but I think I'm gonna see if somebody else would like to take that for now. I know I'm not gonna be able to make all the meetings, so if somebody else can do it.
Okay, so we have two motions down there. One to accept the resignation of Mr. Sturrett, and the second one to appoint. We can start by taking the motion for the resignation of Mr. Sturrett at this time.
Madam President, I resolve to accept the resignation of Michael Sturrett from the Planning Commission with regret.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Conan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. So we have an availability on our planning commission for a council liaison. Mr. Clark has done it in the past, as have I.
As have I.
As have I. I have, but I can't do it anymore. Mr. Clark?
I can't at this time.
Okay. Is there anyone else here on council that would like to fill that seat?
Do I
Anyone
get to
else?
call a nod at, or?
I'm sorry? I didn't even hear what he said.
Not it.
Do I get a nod?
Oh,
I'm
no.
willing to make a motion here.
I'll support it, go ahead.
I resolve to appoint Harry Audie as member ex officio to the Village of Armada Planning Commission for a term ending November 19th, 2013.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Conan, support by Mr. Wolock.
Didn't we ask somewhere in the middle there?
Yeah, Mr. Audi, are you okay? Now we can discuss. Are you okay with that?
Do I have a choice right now?
No,
Okay.
Okay.
everybody's done it, you know, so.
You're in.
Experience.
Right.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Mr. Clark, was that a nay? Okay. All right.
He's rethinking
You wanna do it
it.
again?
Yeah, I think Steve wants to do it.
Yeah, it is hard, he does.
All right, next agenda item is the appointment of village administrative officers. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, village clerk is...
Can I ask one question? Under action number 2, seems like we have a wrong date.
Yeah, we already
Oh, I'm sorry.
fixed that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
that's okay.
Yeah, we already fixed
We're
that.
gonna alert the rest of
You're just
council. to
keeping
it.
your eye on your toes, yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Well,
Making your-
the motion says annual and then 2 years, so we took out the word annual and
Okay.
just changed it to a 2-year date.
So if everyone can go under suggested action number 2 and take off after presidents where it says annual, take out the annual in the second motion, please. Are you there, Mr. King?
Oh, I get it.
And then change the date to November 24th, 2014, please. Everyone have it? Okay. So village clerk, this is your agenda item.
This is just something we do after every election. These are 2-year appointments. We have in the past made them 1 year, some of the things and other things we've done 2 year. This year, it looks like we're back on the 2-year cycle. Always happens after an election. You have to appoint your village attorney, your chief of police, your superintendent of public works, building inspector, electrical inspector, mechanical plumbing, freedom of information coordinator, and your banks and the Armada, or well, in your paper of choice. So that's all these are. Joe, you should know all those. That's all we need. So that's it.
Anyone want to discuss, or is there a motion?
So moved.
No,
You have to read it.
Resolved to confirm the president's appointment of the following administrative officers for the 2-year period expiring on November 24th, 2014. Village Attorney Jeff Bohorsky, Chief of Police Howard Smith, Superintendent Ed Saratowski, Building Inspector.
No.
That's it, just that one. Okay, motion by Mr. Audi, is there a second?
Support.
Oh, who wants it? Mr. Clark? Any other discussion?
I just want to confirm that the village attorney in the motion says Jeffrey A. Bohorsky on behalf of Riley Rensselaer OPC and the superintendent of public works. I just want to make sure that that's, because that's how the motion will read in the minutes.
Okay.
Is that okay with you, Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. There is now motion number 2.
Madam President, resolved to confirm the President's appointment of the following officials for a 2-year period expiring on November 24th, 2014. Building Inspector Dennis Lemieux, Electrical Inspector Tim Dillon, Mechanical Plumbing Inspector George Carl Ryan, Freedom of Information Coordinator Michelle Polis.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Wallach. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. The last motion there.
Madam President, I'll resolve to confirm the President's designation of Fifth Third Bank, Capac State Bank, Bank of America, and First Southwest Bank as official depositories for the Village of Armada and Armada Times as the official newspaper for publication of official notices for a period of 2 years expiring November 24th, 2014.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion?
You can scratch for Southwest, that CD is long gone.
I'm sorry?
You can
First
scratch
Southwest.
for Southwest.
No, you told me to scratch Brookstone.
That's the same, the
Oh,
Broker
yeah.
and the affiliate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Mr. Ballard, are you okay with that change?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Clark, are you okay with that change?
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay.
Madam President, I vote nay on Armada Times, please.
Okay. Motion is carried. Okay, next agenda item is the pay application for CDBG Downtown Sidewalks EDA District. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, Street Administrator Ballard, this is your agenda item.
Thank you. Giffords Webster has received and reviewed the pay application of invoice number 201223, contractor's declaration and contractor's affidavit from Scott Williams Excavating LLC for the 2012 DDA sidewalk removal and replacement project. Total payment requested in the amount of $85,947.60 appears to be in conformance with the total work completed based upon site observation and inspection reports. And Giffords Webster is recommending the payment of said invoice to the contractor Scott Williams Excavating LLC for final payment of the project. And the have enclosed here the application and certificate of payment. So with that, resolved to approve the pay application for Scott Williams Excavating in the amount of $85,947.60 for the CDBG Downtown Sidewalk Project in the DDA District.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion?
I'd just like to say woo-hoo.
I think they did a fantastic job.
They did.
That was my question, is there any problems with that contractor so we can if they did a good job and we have future sidewalk use, it might be somebody to consider, you know, I know you gotta do a little bid and all that kind of stuff, but make sure that they get an application or,
Absolutely.
a bid request.
Right.
Cause I haven't heard any complaints, so
I haven't heard any.
it's always good to put that in the file.
There were a couple, but not,
there were.
yeah.
They weren't, they were just, I divided them 2 different ways, complaints and then other things. And the only thing we got were the other things.
Okay.
So, I mean, they
It's
were.
mostly like
You had
the
a couple
concrete that was
do,
piled around.
well, you did a
Actually
couple.
workmanship.
Oh, no, that's the road, that's not.
Yeah, that's the road.
Yeah.
Well, and it appears, according to this, that it came in under budget, so
It
that's
did.
even better
It
yet.
did give it
So
a-
it's awesome. So I do know that they put their payroll information into the county. I know they've submitted their application, you know, all the stuff they're supposed to do, so hopefully we can get all that closed out by the end of December, so we can,
You know approximately, Mr. Ballard, how much under budget was it?
looks like about $2,100.
Well, yeah, a little over 2,000 now.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Mr. Baylor, do you want to add final pay application on there? It doesn't say final anywhere on there.
Why don't we just say, instead of pay application, why don't we just say the invoice number?
I think
Well,
the president's concern is that it was,
Yes, I
That's
see what
it.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
all
fine.
right, well, that's fine, we just never had received any other pay apps.
is it okay to add final on there
Approve the, yes, what we'll do is we'll put the word final
before?
between,
The-
says resolve to approve the.
Okay,
Final.
final pay application. Is that okay with you, Mr. Clark?
Yeah, I guess the only other question I have, is this the one and only pay application we're
This is
giving?
it.
I mean, they didn't have,
18 years.
No,
Like
we have not
50%.
gotten any more.
It was so fast that it was just boom, boom, and that's
okay,
it.
shut them down.
I think we stopped bond, Steve. I think we have a maintenance bond.
Yes, we
Because I just realized we're giving like the full amount, I'm thinking, didn't he ask for stuff
No,
as it went along?
That was the other contractor because they were there for such a lengthy period.
Right.
This guy here was what, 2 weeks? If
No,
that,
they were longer than
a little
that.
longer than 2 weeks.
Three
no,
weeks.
yeah,
3
no,
weeks.
they did.
So I mean, you know, he got it into the billing cycle, so,
Right.
heck, you know.
No, that's fine, I just happened to realize that
Because it was still-
we're
Yeah,
giving him all
Yeah,
this money,
sure.
he didn't ask
I mean,
for,
We
yeah,
had to come in and do
sure.
some repairs because kids had written in
All
the
right, perfect.
cement.
Everyone else
Yeah.
have, anyone else have any other discussion? Okay. Roll.
Baylor,
Yes.
Clark,
yes.
Audie,
Yes.
Wolock,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Conan,
Yeah.
Stirrup.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Madam President, along with that, the transportation improvement funding for East Main Street and West Main Street. East Main Street is for 2014. The cost estimates are in and they're still on track. And the village engineer has submitted the cost estimates for road replacement for TIP funding in 2017 for West Main Street. And they have been, they've been submitted, so we're on track with the next ones.
Thank you, guys.
Well, do they think it'll break out the same way? I mean, the percentage that we pay, like, on the east as well as west, when it comes to that?
I'm kinda hoping that.
Yeah,
So, you know, who knows until these committees get together and,
Right.
you know, budgets and everything else.
okay, good.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, next agenda item is the Trailhead Improvements Letter. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Yes, Mr. Gillette?
Thanks for doing this letter. Some groups had asked for this letter so they know that I have legitimacy. But just to let you know that all the topsoil, the grass was removed today. 2/3 of the limestone is in place, and there are 4 new trees in place.
Perfect.
All that was done today.
Great job.
Did you say all the trees? Four
Yeah,
trees?
4, all, which is all the trees.
Well, I didn't hear what you said, so.
So,
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Are you still looking for donations or?
oh yeah, so far I've only got $100.
Okay.
But this letter, some of the groups that want to donate, just say, well, okay, you know, how are you doing this? So this letter will validate them going back to their groups and saying, well, look, okay, so here you've got the approval to do this project. so this will help. But yeah, I'm still looking. I'm way under budget.
All right, are there any other public comments? Hearing none, any council comments?
Wait a second.
What is the motion?
Yeah, where's the letter?
What motion do you
I
have?
haven't got it yet.
You sent it?
Yeah, you
with it?
said it after I was
Okay.
done.
I'll just read the letter, the proposed letter, just so everybody in council knows what it says. Please consider the following text for a letter requested by Mr. Ben Galecki. Mr. Galecki, please accept this correspondence as confirmation of the village's authorization for you to proceed in a voluntary capacity to make the trailhead improvements consistent with the terms and conditions of the lease agreement between the Macomb Orchard Trail Commission and the Village of Armada. Upon receipt of this letter, please coordinate with DPW Superintendent Ed Saratowski as to your proposed schedule for the trailhead improvements. And Ben's review, Ben's that pretty much what you're looking for.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So all we need is a motion from council giving the clerk and the president the authority to sign the letter on behalf of council.
Madam President, also move
You need to give me that.
to give the authority to the president and clerk to sign the trailhead improvement letter on behalf of council.
Trailhead improvement letter, is what you calling it? Okay.
Motion by Mr. Baylor, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark, any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you for all your work.
Awesome job, them trees even.
It's only been 15 months.
All right, any upcoming agenda items? Hearing none. Any citizen comment? Yes, Mr. Galecki.
I couldn't say this prior to what was happening with the Planning Commission liaison, but as a Planning Commission chairman, I'd like to thank Michael Sterrett for his past service. He was a valuable member, and I'll be sorry to lose him. But to gain Mr. Audie, who's never sat on a Planning Commission, I think it's a good idea to get everybody that sits on council to have some planning experience. So we welcome Mr. Audie to the Planning Commission.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Galecki. Any other citizen comments? Hearing none, any council comments?
Madam President, I had one
Yes.
thing from the minutes last meeting. I didn't want to change them, but I just wanted to clarify the S2 grant funding deadline. We said December. That was just for the cutoff, right? I mean, there's 4 quarters a year where there's a cutoff in order to get funding for the next period. That's not a deadline to not be able to get an S2 grant.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay.
The minutes weren't wrong, I just needed to clarify.
Oh, okay.
You just didn't say enough.
I just wanted to be clear that we're not in jeopardy by December of not getting an S2 grant funding.
Perfect.
It's just the cutoff for the next funding session.
Okay. Great. Any other council comments? Any community events? Goodfellow papers this weekend. Buy your Goodfellow paper. Support the Lions and their projects.
Holidays this
Holidays
weekend.
and the
Holidays.
lighted Christmas parade.
Saturday, right?
Saturday. Be where you're gonna be before 6 o'clock. Parade starts at 6:30. You won't be moving.
And 5 o'clock is the Lions event with the roasted chestnuts and the carols in the Lions Hall and cookies,
Cookies,
and
hot chocolate.
hot cocoa, everything.
Do you know how many entries you have, Joe?
Right now I'm at about 40.
40, okay.
And we had 41 last year, you
We
said?
had 41 last year, 46 the year before.
So we're back up there again. Yes. All right, perfect.
Wait,
Yes, Mr. Galecki?
The Armada Business Association is going to be doing our annual Christmas decoration contest, so I urge people to put applications in and get your house in for the decoration contest. The first 3 place winners get gift certificates for downtown businesses. So,
where did we get the applications?
I think Ace Hardware has.
Yeah, Ace Hardware's, Cordy's, I don't know, there's some big posters around. And anybody that's got a poster in their window, just go see them. But I think Cordy's and K-Pec Bank.
What's the deadline?
I don't know, I think it's just before Christmas.
Oh, so that's it.
So we've got a lot of time. So the deadline is only 1 or 2 days before we do the judging.
Which is the 19th.
Thanks.
The judging is the 19th?
The judging night is the 19th, yes.
Okay.
It always helps to have help. Thanks.
Okay, any other community events? Hearing none, we have no closed session tonight. I can't read that time.
7:36.
7:36. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So, do.
Motion by Mr. Woloch, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Conan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.